Hello student, today under this experimental physiology we have to discuss two amphibian graphs. First graph is to study the phenomenon of vagal escape, and second we'll go there the effect of ions on isolated frog's heart. Okay, first see what is the phenomenon of vagal escape. Here under this heading we have to study what is a vagal escape. So the definition of vagal escape is here students simultaneously you also open your journal, and in your journal you just open the page number, I think it is 219, page number is there, page number 210. Okay, and you open the journal, go on page number 210, see the heading of this demonstration practical is to study the phenomenon of vagal escape. Okay, the meaning of vagal escape is, or the definition is, it is defined as escape of heart from the inhibitory effect of continuous vagal stimulation. So even the vagal stimulation is continuous, heart it comes out. Okay, when the vagal stimulation is continued, the heart started beating against, that is against showing the escape. Okay, so heart starting beating again and showing the escape is called the vagal escape. Okay, even the stimulation of vagus nerve is continuous. So this is a definition. Now I want to give you some information from the previous practical. In our previous practical we studied the nervous regulation of the heart, and in that practical we studied what is the effect of vagal stimulation on frog's heart. Try to remember. Okay, so in that practical, suppose you are, when you are doing the practical, imagine that after dissection of the heart, that is after dissection of frog, you expose frog's heart, remove the pericardium and connect frog's heart to the recording system. And you know the recording system. Okay, and there is a liver, is starting liver is there, then drum is there, cylinder, then kymograph is there. So connect it to the recording system. Okay, during dissection you have to also expose the vagus nerve, that is the right vagus nerve and left vagus nerve. Okay, I told you in your previous practical. So you expose vagus nerve and connect the heart to the recording system, and when you connect the heart beating, that is recorded as a normal cardiogram. So initially you can see it's a beating of heart. Okay, so even in diagram I will show you. So this is a beating of the heart. Okay, it comes like this. Okay, and uh, after this what you have to do, uh, keep the electrode, stimulating electrode on the vagus nerve. Okay, and what we did in our previous practical, we stimulated vagus nerve and heart stop in the diastole. Okay, we have just given the stimulation for the of a second, 1 second or 2 second, and we remove the electrode. Okay, and heart stop in diastole, and again it comes out and beating is started. Okay, so that means we studied in our previous practical that when we stimulate the vagus nerve, there is a inhibition of the heart, means heart stopping. That also I told that vagus nerve to the heart, it is inhibitory, and there is a continuous vagal tone on the heart. And what is that vagal tone? What is the definition of the vagal tone? It is a continuous inhibitory influence of vagus to the heart. Okay, so from this demonstration we proved that vagus nerve to the heart is inhibitory. And how we have proved, or how we have demonstrated When we have stimulated vagus, heart stop in the diastole, and when we stop the stimulation of the vagus, heart it comes out and start the beating again. Okay, here in this practical, what we have to do here, we have to stimulate the vagus continuously. Okay, and see what will happen. Okay, here keep the electrode on the vagus now and stimulate vagus continuously. So this upper side of the graph here, this it indicates the electrical events of the heart. Here the electrical events of the heart are recorded with the help of EMTM. Okay, so we have started vagal stimulation from this point, and here we stopped here. Okay, when we stop the vagal stimulation, again normal beating it comes. Okay, but meanwhile what happens is, even our vagus stimulation is continuous, the in between some beats we can see here, and these beats are called the idioventricular rhythm. Okay, that means this is a beating has started from this point. Okay, and that is called the vagal escape. Even the vagal stimulation is continuous, then also heart it comes out, and that is called the vagal escape. Okay, so this vagal escape, this is very advantageous to the heart, because cardiac what is the advantage of this vagal escape? Because here the cardiac activity is not hampered for a long time, so that the blood flow to the vital organ is maintained. Okay, so even if the for example, it happens in the vasovagal syncope. That is what is vasovagal syncope? So emotional fainting, and that leads into the loss of consciousness. Okay, so even this condition also, there is a heart it comes out and start the beating. Okay, so this is very advantageous because it maintain the blood flow to the vital organ even if the heart stop due to the vasovagal syncope. Okay, so here simply heart it comes out and start the beating, and that is called the idioventricular rhythm. Okay, now what are the causes? What is the mechanism? How the heart it comes out even if we stimulated vagus continuously? The first cause is idioventricular rhythm. Okay, what is idioventricular rhythm? When there is no impulse, when there is no impulse from the pacemaker, the Purkinje fiber starts generation of its own impulses. Okay, but only the rate it decreases below 40 beats per minute. Okay, Purkinje fiber generate the impulse. So in this case, if you try to remember the discussion from the previous practical, and what is the nerve supply to the heart? The nerve supply to the heart, the vagus nerve it supplies to the heart, and vagus nerve is particularly, it is supplied to the SA node, atrial muscle, AV node, and up to the base of the ventricle where vagus is supplied. But the ventricle, it gets vagus supply very less or very negligible. Okay, so in short, in I can say that the vagus supply, that is a parasympathetic supply to the ventricle, is very negligible or very less. Okay, that's why here even we continue the stimulation of the vagus nerve, ventricle, and in the ventricle, if you see in the human being, the Purkinje fibers start the generating the impulses, and here in the frog's heart, the ventricular muscle itself, it's produce the impulses and leads into the contraction of the heart, that is called the idioventricular rhythm. So first cause how the heart it comes out is a idioventricular rhythm, because ventricle generating its own impulses here in the frog. Okay, and in human being, that is a Purkinje fiber generates the impulse. This is first cause. Second cause, even the vagus nerve continuation, if even the vagal stimulation is continuous there. Second cause is the exhaustion of the acetylcholine. If we try to remember the mechanism of inhibition of the heart, due to the vagal stimulation there is a release of acetylcholine, and acetylcholine, it acts as a neurotransmitter and it inhibits the heart. Okay, this acetylcholine get exhausted, means how much acetylcholine is released from the vagal nerves, it has the limit and it get exhausted. This is the second cause. Okay, third cause, increased destruction of the acetylcholine. Cholinesterase enzymes are there, and that breaks that destroys the acetylcholine or causes the breakdown of the acetylcholine, and this destruction of the acetylcholine, it also helps to come out the heart from the continuous inhibitory influence. Okay, in addition to that, tachyphylaxis of the tissue is also one of the reason. So what is a tachyphylaxis of tissue? Here, tachyphylaxis means decrease the sensitivity of the tissue to the chemical, to particular chemical. Suppose if the particular tissue is exposed to the particular chemical for a long time, then response by the tissue that chemical it decreases. And same thing it happens just here. The heart muscle, that is due to the tachyphylaxis of the tissue, here the response of heart muscle to the acetylcholine decreases, and that also helps to bring the heart out of the vagal stimulation. Okay, so like this, these are the possible explanation how the heart it comes out. Okay, here if you see the fourth question, what is a tachyphylaxis? The tachyphylaxis is the phenomenon by which a tissue get adapted to a drug that is given for a long period of time. This means that slowly and steadily the tissue responds to the same amount of or dose of the drug goes decreasing. Okay, so same thing here also it also happens just here, and it helps to bring the heart out. Okay, so students, in this way uh, we studied the vagal escape. So you should know what is a vagal escape, what are the causes of the vagal escape, what is a tachyphylaxis, and this thing you should know. Okay, meanwhile I also told that what is a vasovagal syncope. So examiner can ask you the during the discussion or theory of Viva, that is what is vasovagal syncope. Okay, it is due to the strong emotional activation of sympathy. If somebody suddenly listen, okay, if somebody suddenly listen a shocking news, and due to this emotional trauma, the person fainting can occur in the patient or person. Okay, and it is due to the strong emotional activation of vagus system, which leads into the decrease in heart rate and decrease in cardiac output and blood pressure, and if it is decreased, then the fainting it occurs. Okay, so the parasympathetic stimulation or that is a vagal stimulation, it leads into the decrease in heart rate, decrease in cardiac output. Okay, so again I will in other words I will tell you that a sudden drop in heart rate and blood pressure leading to the fainting often is a reaction to a stressful trigger. So if the person is suffered to the stressful trigger, then there is a massive sympathetic parasympathetic stimulation, and that parasympathetic stimulation inhibit the heart. It leads into the decrease in heart rate, decrease in blood pressure, and that's why it causes the there is a loss of consciousness. Okay, so what type of the stressful trigger? For example, if you see the sight of the blood or extreme emotional distress, okay, that are the examples or causes of vasovagal syncope. Okay, so this is what but after some time, even in vasovagal syncope also, after some time heart start the beating. Okay, and that loss of conscious is again it is covered, and person become the conscious. Okay, because heart start beating, and in this way this process, the phenomenon of the vagal escape, it helps us to bring the blood pressure and heart rate to the normal. Okay, so student, up to the in this graph we studied, in this way we studied the phenomenon of vagal escape. Okay, now one more graph we have to discuss. It is a effect of ions on isolated frog's heart. Okay, so, students, here this is the last cardiac graph. Okay, uh, and uh, uh, and this graph is a last graph in the under this experimental practical. Then next in the next session we can enter into the skeletal muscle graphs, but as far as concerned cardiac muscle, it's a last graph. And what is the heading of this practical? Effect of various ions on isolated frog's heart. So if you compare with the previous practicals or the graphs, okay, here in this demonstration we use the word isolated. Okay, so what is meaning of the isolated? Here the isolated frog's heart, so we have to isolate. Okay, we have during the dissection take the heart away from the body or isolate it from the body and attach to the cannulation, cannulate the heart. Okay, means heart ko hum nikal ke cannulate karte. Okay, and you know, if we have provided it's a certain environment to the heart, the beating will be continuous. Okay, so here isolate the heart and means detach the heart from the body and cannulate it. Cannula is there and just do the cannulation. Okay, so here when we are doing the cannulation, students, try just imagine, suppose this is our stand. Okay, and here uh, see, just try to understand, here the cannula is there. Okay, like this cannula is there. And you know, student, in this practical, uh, remove the heart, detach the heart, and you just cannulate here. Okay, means in the aorta you just insert the tip of the cannula, so heart will be here. Okay, and here see the position of the heart. Okay, here then our liver is attached here. Okay, so see the Starling heart liver, and in this way try to understand, spring is there and heart is attached here. Okay, and this is our drum is rotated by the kymograph. Okay, and here contraction relaxation, it occurs like this. Okay, so contraction relaxation, contraction relaxation, contraction relaxation, it occurs in this way. It's a normal cardiogram. Okay, and heart is attached here. So remember, if you compare the with the previous practicals, okay, here in previous practical, here the position of the heart is here. Okay, like this, and the liver is here. Okay, heart is attached. Okay, and here is contraction relaxation, contraction relaxation. So in this practical only, in today's practical, when heart it contract, it pulls the liver up. That means, students, when recording it comes, the here when the recording it comes, the contraction of the heart means upward stroke, upstroke is systole and downstroke is diastole. It is a diastole. Okay, so upstroke is systole and downstroke is diastole. But our previous practicals, what we discussed there, the downstroke was systole and upstroke was diastole. See, try to make out the difference. In today's practical, upstroke is systole and downstroke is diastole. Okay, till the previous practical, the downstroke was systole and upstroke. So in this practical, in this graph here, what is it? So here it is is upstroke is systole and downstroke is diastole. Okay, Are you getting this? So when heart this side contraction, relaxation, contraction, relaxation, because when heart it contract, it pulls the liver up. Okay, upstroke is systole. And how we studied the effect of the ions, particularly we have to study the effect of calcium ions, and effect of potassium ions. Okay, so effect of potassium ions. So we are studying the effect of ions, means we are studying effect of potassium ions and effect of calcium ions. Okay, so what we have to do in this practical, take potassium chloride and calcium chloride, so diluted potassium chloride and diluted calcium chloride. So first we'll see the study of potassium chloride. So take the diluted potassium chloride and pour this potassium chloride in this cannula. Okay, जो cannula आपको दिख रहा है, so यहाँ से cannula में डालो. Okay, diluted potassium chloride. Okay, so first we have to see the effect of potassium, and in potassium maybe the first effect of uh, here effect of excess and effect of moderate. Okay, first effect of moderate potassium, then effect of excess potassium, then we'll see the effect of moderate calcium and the effect of excess calcium. Okay, so पहले हमें क्या करना है, थोड़ा diluted potassium chloride डालना है यहाँ cannula में, and then it acts on the heart muscle, it will spread on the heart muscle. And how it acts, so see, the first effect is the effect of moderate potassium. When we pour the moderate potassium, the effect is there is decrease in heart rate and decrease in height of contraction. Okay, so height of the contraction and heart rate is decreased. This is the effect of moderate potassium. Then pour the excess potassium, means थोड़ा concentrated potassium chloride डालो. When we pour the excess potassium, then heart stops in diastole. What is the effect of excess potassium? Heart stop in diastole. Here heart stop in diastole because downstroke is diastole. Okay, then just pour the Ringer solution on the heart and remove the vanish the effect. Okay, then heart will come out and start the beating. Okay, here. Okay, then see the effect of moderate calcium. For a calcium chloride diluted but in moderate amount, and if you see the initial effect, there is an increase in height and rate of heart. Height of contraction increase and the rate of contraction also increase. This is the effect of moderate calcium. Okay, then after this you pour the excess calcium, add the excess calcium on the heart and see the effect. If you add excess calcium, if you pour the concentrated calcium chloride, then that is the effect of excess calcium, and in this case heart stops in systole. Okay, so यहाँ क्या होता है, heart stop in the systole, we get the straight line. Okay, so slowly like this it comes up and up and up and up, and then heart stop in systole. So effect of excess potassium, heart stop in diastole, and effect of excess calcium, heart stop in the systole, heart stop. And this, when heart stop in the systole, it's called the calcium rigor. Okay, so in this way student, the graph is recorded, and recording is, again you try to understand effect of moderate potassium, there is decrease in heart rate and height of contraction. Effect of excess potassium, heart stop in the diastole because it's a inhibition of the heart. Then effect of moderate calcium, there is increase in heart, that is a force of contraction increase and heart rate is increased. And effect of excess calcium, heart stop in the systole. Okay, that is called the calcium rigor. So this is all. Up to this point students, we studied the practical part of recording. It is recorded on the frog's heart. Now see something theory, why it happens is, if you see the role of potassium in the action potential, cardiac action potential. What is the role of the potassium? Potassium is required for the repolarization. You know, potassium is required for so how the repolarization it occurs? It is due to the opening of potassium channels. Here we directly pouring the potassium, means the potassium it causes, if you see, students, when if you see the depolarization and repolarization, okay, for repolarization potassium required, there is opening of potassium. If we add the potassium artificially, what will happen? There will be the more repolarization. That means it leads into the hyperpolarization, and depending on the concentration of potassium there is hyperpolarization. That means it takes time to develop the next active action potential, and ultimately there is inhibition of heart. Activity of the heart is decreased, and if it is excess, then heart stop in diastole. There is no more activity. Okay. Then if you see the what is effect of the calcium? Calcium, if we add the calcium, you know, in the cardiac muscle there is a plateau potential, and here slow calcium sodium channel it helps for the depolarization. This depolarization, prolonged depolarization, is due to the calcium, slow calcium sodium channel. If we add the calcium, that means it stimulates the heart, and there is increase in rate and force of contraction. Okay, but if it is in the excess amount, if the calcium is in the excess amount, then heart stop in systole. Okay, remember the role of the calcium, why it happens, is what is the mechanism behind it. Remember the role of the calcium in muscle contraction. Suppose a cell, a muscle cell, and in this muscle cell, uh, you know how muscle it contracts. the Remember, try to remember the mechanism of muscle contraction. When calcium ions are released from the cisternae, okay, that is a L tubule, then this calcium it acts on the contractile filaments, it's actin filament, and it leads into the contraction. Okay, this is the contraction. And how the relaxation it occurs? When these calcium ions are pumped back into the L tubule, then the relaxation it occurs. This is a normal process or mechanism of muscle contraction. Okay, means how much calcium is released in the cytosol, that decides the how much muscle it contracts. This is a normal process. Students, this calcium, you just imagine, if there is excess calcium, if you add the calcium here in the extracellular fluid, okay, and you know in the in the cardiac muscle, the whatever the calcium, whatever increase in calcium outside the cell, that is in the extracellular fluid, it simply enters into the cytosol. अंदर जाता है वो calcium, because any increase in calcium ions in the extracellular fluid, it also leads increase in calcium ions in the inside the cardiac muscle. And you know, if the calcium ions is increased inside, and if it is in the excess, what will happen? This calcium it causes the contraction, it helps initially, it helps in increase the force of contraction, but बहुत ज्यादा हो गया तो what will happen? Heart stops in the systole. Okay, यहाँ heart stop in the systole, because इतना calcium हो गया अंदर, तो the calcium pump cannot pump all calcium into the cisternae. Calcium it remains there, and that's why it remain in contracture state. Muscle remain in contracture state. That's why here heart stop in systole. Okay, and it is called the calcium rigor. Okay, so what is the rigor? The rigor means it is sustained state of the contraction. You student, you try to remember. Also there are additional two types of the rigor we discuss. One is a heat rigor, okay, and second also we discuss the rigor mortis. So in our first practical, we studied the effect of temperature on frog's heart, and when we increase the temperature above the physiological limit, that is a 45 degrees Celsius, and if you pour the saline with the 45 degrees Celsius on cardiac muscle, then heart stops. Okay, and that time heart stop due to the denaturation of the protein. Okay, that is called the heat rigor. In rigor mortis, you know, what is rigor mortis? You studied after the death of the person. The they after death of the person, after few minutes, okay, there is a stiffening of the muscle. Why there is a stiffening of the muscle? Because there is this is the contracture state of the muscle, and you know, if you see the theoretical reason, for contraction also the ATPs are required, and for relaxation also ATPs are required. After death, there is a depletion of the ATPs. There is no more formation of the ATP, and for the relaxation of the muscle, the ATPs are required, because to detach the myosin head from the actin filament, ATPs are required. And if the concentration of the ATP is less, then there is that leads into the contracture state of the muscle, and that is called the rigor mortis. And here third type of the rigor is calcium rigor. So what is a calcium rigor? Due to the excess, if you pour the excess calcium, and if the calcium level is increased above the normal in the muscle, around muscle, inside the muscle, then muscle remain in contracture state, and that is called the calcium rigor. Now student, remember, uh, from if once the muscle it entered in the rigor or in this contracture state, then it cannot come out. There is no again contraction or relaxation of the muscle, means it is irreversible phenomenon. Okay, and once it is entered into the contracture state, it does not come out. Okay, that is called the calcium rigor. Means if this thing is happened in the human, then the death of the patient is ensure. Okay, surely death will be there if the calcium, because it cannot come out. Okay, it is irreversible phenomenon, that is calcium excess effect of excess calcium. Okay, and heart stops in systole. Okay, so students, up to this time point we discussed the theoretical reason behind the increase and decrease heart rate and heart stop in diastole and heart stop in systole. Okay, students, in your journal few more questions are there. What is hypokalemia? What is hyperkalemia? What is hypocalcemia? What is hypercalcemia? So you should know the definition of these terminologies, and at least one or two causes of these terminologies. Okay, suppose for example hypokalemia. What is hypokalemia? The hypokalemia means decrease in concentration of potassium ion in extracellular fluid is called the hypokalemia. And yeah, what can you tell one or two causes of hypokalemia? For example, hypokalemia can be occur when there is a reduced intake of potassium ions, or in diarrhea, or hyperaldosteronism, then diuretics, if patient take the diuretics, then alkalosis. In this condition, the hypokalemia it develops. Then opposite terminology is hyperkalemia. So what is hyperkalemia? The hyperkalemia means any increase in concentration of potassium ion in the extracellular fluid is called the hyperkalemia. And can you tell a few conditions in which hyperkalemia it occurs? For example, when there is increase in intake of potassium ions in the diet, or in acidosis it takes place, or we can say that it also occurs in hypoaldosteronism. Okay, even it is seen in insulin deficiency. When there is a insulin deficiency, then also it occurs. Then it occurs in acute renal failure. Okay, also it is seen in the patient with Addison's disease, the hyperkalemia it occurs. Now third terminology, hypokalemia, calcemia. What is hypocalcemia? Simply decrease in concentration of calcium in extracellular fluid is called the hypocalcemia. And give the one or two condition in which it occurs. For example, malabsorption of calcium ions. Okay, you can see. Then also osteomalacia. In this condition also, the this thing, this you can see the hypocalcemia. Then it is also seen in hypothyroidism, acute pancreatitis, then chronic renal failure. You can see hypokalemia. And the last terminology is hyperkalemia. What is hyperkalemia? Any increase in concentration of calcium in extracellular fluid is called the hypercalcemia. And the conditions in which it develops, few conditions are there. For example, in carcinoma of the liver, okay, if there is a cancerous condition of the liver, then it is developed. Then it is also seen in hyperparathyroidism. Okay, then you know the parathyroid role of the parathyroid hormone in regulation of the calcium level. Then it is also seen in thyrotoxicosis. Okay, then it is also seen in multiple myeloma, for example in blood cancer. Okay, this condition can be developed. Okay, so students, uh, this theoretical part also you should know, because examiner can ask you the question regarding the ions. So up to this point we studied the effect of the ions, and what happens is if the concentration of the ions increase or decrease, what is its effect on the heart, that also we studied. Students, will stop here, and if you have any difficulty or doubts regarding this this discussion or these topics, you can ask me. Okay. One more thing is there, student, put today's date on this practical on the in the journal, that is also in index, and page practical page number. So uh, in today's put today's date in effect of ions on frog's heart and vagal escape. Okay, ठीक है, bye bye.